Live and in living color.
What's up, people?
Danny Boy Reginald, Bill Corpus Crispy.
What's up, folks? Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you are in.
Number 406 SIP, right here on the SIN YouTube channel. We appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you. First of all, I want to apologize. I was scheduled to come on Batter Up yesterday. I ended up not doing it. Long story short, I worked late because my television station, we were showing the Ten Commandments, which is a on television, it's nearly 4 hours. So, you
Good.
know,
It's a good movie. It's just
it's fantastic,
it's
but
just super long.
it takes too long. So it's about it's over 4 hours with a lot of commercial time. So I didn't get home till like 1 in the morning, and I'm not. That's a very, very short turnaround. So I decided to pass on the batter up. I do apologize for those of you that were expecting me there. I don't know when I'm gonna be back because the next couple weekends are pretty busy for me. So
Reggie, people were rioting in the street because you weren't there yesterday.
yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, Sunday's Easter. I want to go to mass on Easter. Um, so.
Are you gonna go to like Sunday Easter Mass, or are you going to the vigil?
See, I can't. I would love to go to vigil, but I
Oh,
work.
I'm greeting at my church's vigil. I love the Easter
Here's
vigil.
the thing. We'll get to the sports and stuff. We got a lot to talk about. I love Easter vigils.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's the best excuse to not go on Sunday. Um,
Yeah, that's the reason to go, but it's just really
yeah, but no. That aside, the Easter Vigil Mass is one of the more powerful masses I've ever been to.
how it starts off in the dark and then
Exactly. And like, everyone's there with intention and prayer, and it's just such a beautiful ceremony. And then, of course, it caps off with a lot of people getting baptized, uh, having their first communion, and confirmed Catholic all at the same time, which
you get
is
all three done at once.
it's just a beautiful thing. Now, I was confirmed at the Easter Vigil. Um, so was Bill. We both became Catholics as adults. So
Well, you were baptized Catholic, but
yeah. Well, I was, but I didn't. I wasn't confirmed until I was like late teen. So
don't worry, folks. We haven't been taken over by EWs yet, we promise. But
exactly.
no, it is a great experience. Yeah, but Ten Commandments. So you had to sit there for 4 hours for.
Yeah, I didn't look. We had a 10 o'clock news on our sister station, but but yeah, it sitting there for a long time watching the Ten Commandments, as great as a film it is, and look, I've only sat through it in full once. It drags. It does
It's,
drag.
you know, first of all, happy Passover to all our Jewish viewers and
Yes,
listeners.
yes,
Happy Passover.
yes. Sending
And
over
you
greetings.
know what I think is actually, and this is a version I prefer. I actually really like the Prince of Egypt.
Yeah, see, I've only watched bits and pieces of the Prince of
Oh,
Egypt.
it's great. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal. Um, Now, if anyone has a chance to watch it, please do. Like, watch Ten Commandments too, but I really love the Prince of Egypt. And yeah, okay. So on to we got we got sports to talk about. We got the Masters.
Yeah.
We got we got some playoff for NBA and NHL.
A very exciting time for the Knicks. They got
And we got a little baseball, and also LAD Sports Bible relieves their top 10 sports movie list. And let me tell you, I got a lot to say about it. Like, we'll get to that when we get to that. And Reg doesn't know anything right now about what's on this list.
right.
I saw it yesterday, and we'll get to that when we get to that. But anyway, so yeah, let's start. The Masters wrapped up yesterday. We have a new champion, Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy. It's really hard to believe this, Bill, but that was his first Masters win.
It was.
It was, and on top of that, it also completed his career Grand Slam, which he's one of six pro golfers to ever do that. So he's in a very exclusive club and stuff. But that's wild. I've been watching Rory since I was a teenager. And look, I'm not a golf fanatic, so like,
Me
you know,
neither.
like I don't watch golf like that, but Rory has been a part of my professional sports life. Watching professional sports since I was a teenager. So like it is just wild that in all these major championships that he's ever been involved in, that's the first Masters he's ever won. It's wild, absolutely wild. But nonetheless, congratulations to him.
Yeah, he is the sixth to finish to win Grand Slam. For those you non-golf fans out there, don't worry. I just learned this yesterday
Yeah,
from my dad. Shout out to Papa Murph. Thank you. Grand Slam is winning the Masters, the US Open, the British Open, and the PGA.
right.
And he is the sixth one to do that. The other five being Jack Nicklaus, not Jack Nicholson. He's an actor. We people, you gotta just get that right. Gary Player, Ben Hogan, Gene Sazerac, and of course Tiger Woods.
Yeah,
But like, here's the thing: like, they all got that in 3 tries or fewer.
right.
This was McIlroy's 11th try at the Masters.
Yeah. Isn't that wild to think about?
That is absolutely wild.
That is crazy. Here is the putt that gave him the win, by the way, courtesy of CBS and the Masters. Or I don't know who their partner is, but whatever.
The long journey is over. McIlroy has his masterpiece.
He's been holding that reaction in since 2014.
Incredible.
He's there to console his friend who he admires so much.
Justin, it's a good.
By the way, that was Justin Rose, who he was just embracing there. He and McIlroy were in a playoff.
Yeah.
Yeah, incredible stuff. I mean,
And that's true sportsmanship right
yeah,
there.
yeah. No, look, obviously you want to win, but if someone had to beat you, like I'm sure Justin Rose was very glad that it was Rory in that moment there. So yeah, an incredible moment. Like I said, it ended up going to a playoff, um, which are always very exciting. But of course, people who were rooting for McIlroy were probably fairly nervous there.
Listen, I've always been a mixed bag on Rory McIlroy.
Yeah,
As his personal life, I heard he broke off his engagement with his but you know what? Broke off his engagement because he was cheating on his fiance. But you know what? At the end of the day, I think we got to separate personal from professional.
yeah,
But
yeah.
you
By
know,
the
because
way,
my mom felt that way, but then she started to like him when he spoke out against the whole live stuff.
right. I mean, look, your perception changes when you actually get to know the person. You know, one bad moment in your life, and look, it's probably there's reasons why. I don't want to get too much into the personal life, but there's reasons why people, decide not to do whatever in life. It's
And
you
you
know,
know what? And it's not that we condone what he did. It's
no,
just
well,
people are complicated.
there's always better ways, but sometimes it's you know what your heart says for. It's what your heart feels. So you gotta go with it. But in any case,
So
um,
congratulations to Rory.
yeah, congratulations to him for sure. I remember I love the moment where he was around his friends, um, and about to go inside and everything, and he was like, "I gotta get me a green jacket," like, and everyone was like cheering so loud. It's a phenomenal moment. It's a great moment, for him, for his family. He's battled a lot. He's battled through injuries. He's battled through tough losses, and you know, this is his first major win in since 2014, which is just another thing that's wild, you know. So. Congrats to him. He deserves his moment.
Oh, absolutely. Congratulations to Rory. He What a win.
Yeah.
And if you saw his interview, he was really just overthrown with
Yeah.
when he was talking about his family, how his family made a lot of sacrifices for him.
Yeah.
And just he said, I can't wait to go back next week to Northern Ireland and celebrate with them.
Yeah, exactly. And there was even a reaction from his country for his local club back in Northern Ireland or whatever it is. Um Trying to say, here we go. We have this video um uh via Twitter. Again, tremendous stuff here. I forget this was in UK or in America, but clearly people are excited for him. In any case, yeah, I forget where it was, but in any case, congratulations, Rory. You deserve your moment, and uh, obviously Mark Halpern. I wish we can get his golf show back up and running. You know
Come
that.
on. Come on, Mark. Let's speed this along. We want to see this.
Want to see your golf show? I don't know if
We
you.
want to see you talk about golf. Come
Yeah.
on.
Uh, one of these days we'll bring him on and we'll get his reaction for sure. But in any case, congratulations to him, and we wish him more success. We want him to win more majors. You know, why not? This can't be the last one.
Nah, can't. Okay, so congratulations to Rory, your Masters 2025 champion.
Yep.
You know what I like about them? I like how they have the winner from the previous year put the green jacket
Mhm.
on the current winner. I like that.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool for sure.
Because I'm sure him and Scotty are probably friends. So
Yep. Yep. And there was even reaction from Tiger Woods who's also congratulated him and stuff. So um yeah, no, look, people love him. And they only want him to succeed. So it's great. It's a great moment.
we wish him the best in the next Open.
Yep, exactly.
All right. So now switching gears to NBA and NHL stuff.
Mhm.
NBA season wrapped up yesterday.
Yep. Knicks won, so they have 51 wins on the season. They're going to face Detroit in the first round. Did you see the Detroit Pistons? I swear, man. They are so scared of the traveling Knicks fans across the country that they blocked ticket sales for 48 states or 47 states, whatever it is. In America, you're only allowed to purchase tickets if you live in Michigan, Ohio, and Indiana.
Oh, come on.
And then of course,
Michigan?
and then
I know nothing about Michigan. Glad you lived in Detroit.
yeah, I mean they're passionate about their sports teams for sure. Um, but
But
yeah,
but Indiana is just a it's Indiana. There's Notre Dame, so okay.
yeah.
Ohio, come on. What makes Ohio so freaking special?
I have no clue. But in any case, the Detroit Pistons are so scared of traveling Knicks fans visiting their arena that they block ticket sales for 47 other states in the country. They also allowing tickets for Ontario because there's Windsor right across the river. And then I forget which other province that's allowed to buy tickets to Pistons games. But
I hate when when certain cities when they do this.
yeah,
Like, they've done it. I remember years ago when the Giants were playing the Bucks in the playoff, they blocked people from New York buying tickets because they were afraid that they were going to come down. There was going to be more Giant fans than Buck fans.
but they live in Florida. What?
No, no, because I don't know.
But don't Giants fans live in Florida?
Yeah, which makes no sense of why you would block this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like when they do this. Like, again, I can kind of understand that they probably want their fans to be there. But
Yeah.
at the same time, don't be scared of the visiting team fans coming.
Well, I mean, in fairness, Knicks fans do travel well. In case people haven't, I mean, though, Indiana last year when the Knicks faced the Pacers, that was a pretty good sizable Pacers crowd. So like, I want to like, come on. I
You
think
blocked out 94% of the country, Detroit.
I think the Pistons could have still had a full home court advantage with their own people, um, without having to block tickets. But I understand they don't want to become MSG West and stuff. Like I get it, but it's stupid. It's stupid. It's bad for business, you know, and look, it's not going to stop New Yorkers from coming. Come on now, you don't think the ticket scalpers are going to be out there or doing it on the resale market, whether it's StubHub and all that stuff? Like, come on now, don't 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 try it. So it's like I dare Knick fans pay Pistons fans to buy the tickets for them. I dare them. I was like, yeah, let's do it. Do it. Let's get over that. And let's invade uh Little Caesars Arena.
But, we can't do that because those tickets are probably an arm, a leg, a kidney,
Yeah.
or
It's too much
potential
for me.
firstborn son.
Yeah, it's too much for me for sure. In any case, the Pistons, Knicks have the home court. Pistons are the 6 seed, Knicks are the 3 seed. So yeah, so the Pistons are a good team. Look, they won the season series over the Knicks, so
Hey,
uh,
it's going to be a good series.
that's going to be a really good series. A lot of young players on the Pistons team, so they're not going to be a gimme. But I expect the Knicks to put out some really good, hard-fought basketball there. And then Pacers and Bucks, they're the 4 and the 5 matchup. The Cavaliers are waiting. For their playing as well as the Celtics. So they don't have a matchup yet. Um, on the Western Conference, the matchups we know so far, Lakers, Timberwolves, that's the 3-6. Lakers having the home court, and then the Nuggets, Clippers. Nuggets are the 4-5. Clippers are the 5. Let me get my words out correctly. And then of course we have the playing game, Atlanta, Orlando, on the Eastern Conference side Tuesday, Memphis, Golden State, Western Conference side. This is 7th place versus the 8th place. And then the Wednesday will be the play-in, 9th place versus 10th place, Miami, Chicago, Dallas, Sacramento. So a lot of games to watch over these next couple of days, and then we'll finally know our matchups by then. Um,
Absolutely.
yep.
So, yeah, NBA playoffs are here. Knicks are in.
Mhm.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for sure.
Yeah.
I am so pumped.
Okay, so the Knicks Pistons is not a playing game. That's a playoff game.
No, it's a playoff. They play on Saturday.
Okay. So let's go Knicks. Go New York. Go New York. Go. Go New York. Go New York. Go.
Hell yeah, baby. We are so pumped. You have no idea. And then so that, and then of course the NHL. I forget whether they wrapped up their season. Um I don't know what let's see. Again, I'm not a huge hockey guy.
No, we
No,
usually leave
no,
that work to the breakaway
The
bandits.
Rangers play tonight, so they haven't, but the Rangers are out.
Yes, for the first time in a while,
Yeah,
the
it was a nice
Rangers.
playoff run.
What?
It was a nice playoff run.
The Rangers, the Bruins,
Mhm.
the Penguins, and all the original six are eliminated. Am I right, Reg?
Yeah, Boston, Detroit, Chicago, New York Rangers. Um,
Oh no, Pittsburgh's not part of that. Never mind.
yeah,
Sorry.
the four U.S. based original six and NHL teams
Are out.
are out. This is the first time in NHL history. This has never happened.
And this
Uh,
is the first time in 10 years that the previous winner of the previous year winner's President's Cup is eliminated from the postseason.
that's wild too.
First time that happened since the Bruins in 2015.
Yeah, and
That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, hockey's been around for a very long time. The fact that that has never happened, uh, wild. That is incredible. So, not something that us U.S. hockey fans should be bragging about. Like you
This
want
is something we need to be depressed about.
like you want your original six U.S. based teams to do well, right? You want New York, you want your Boston, Detroit for sure. Like that you want your hockey cities to do well. So the fact that they're not in it, it's that is really really tough to see that. Um, yeah. So I know Detroit. They've been out for a while. They really haven't been a major factor in any type of playoffs for a long time. But yeah, that is crazy to ever think about that.
That's insane, bro.
Yeah. So more hockey playoff talk. We'll be watching for sure. We'll react to it. It's gonna be crazy. Breakaway Bandits, they're also gonna be reacting to it, so stay tuned for that. But playoffs are here, man. Basketball and hockey. It's a
Yes.
great
Love
time of
playoff
year.
hockey.
Always a great. Oh, I love it too. I'll be all over it, like I usually am at this point.
Love playoff hockey, love playoff basketball. It's that time of year. And
Yeah.
plus, like Reggie said, if you want to know more about playoff hockey, go check out Breakaway Bandits. They're awesome.
Yeah.
To
Right
take
now, it's just Rifkin and Noah on it.
no
Uh,
Moser.
no, not for a while. I don't know when he's
Come
gonna.
on, Moser. Get off your OnlyFans and let's go.
Ouch.
That is an inside joke here in the network.
Exactly.
Come on, Moser.
Yeah. Uh,
But anyway, so moving right along. Moving right along. Okay, we go from the hockey and the hardwood to the diamond.
yeah.
The Yankees losing 2 out of 3 this weekend to the Giants.
Yeah. The Giants are a good team. Like,
Yeah, they are.
but you know what also is very apparent? Uh, Carlos Roshit or Rodick or whatever you want to call him.
Tell us how you really feel, Reggie boy.
He's horrible. And I'm tired of the excuses. Bill, I'm no longer because once again he cruises through like the first three, four, whatever innings, right? No problem. No runs, maybe one run, whatever it is. And then he gives up a massive 3-run homer after he loads bases and stuff. And then all of a sudden he's losing the strike zone. And I don't want to hear any more of this bull crap of, well, I got so hyped. After my first 4 innings of shutout ball that I lost my energy. And that's why I gave up a hanging slider. Like, I'm tired of that crap. I'm tired of the excuses of every excuse that we've given this guy. And we've given plenty of it. I'm tired of it.
I can
I
agree.
I lost. Look, and he had a good season last year, but I am losing the patience because he is wildly inconsistent,
Oh, he is.
and it's starting to get annoying. And look, up and down that starting rotation right now, Bill. That is a horrible, horrible starting rotation. The only bright side, obviously, is Max Fried, and I feel horrible for him because, look, he's doing his job. He's doing a job that he was not asked to do, to be the ace of the staff, right? He wasn't asked to do that, and yet he's being that, and everyone else is not picking him up for everything. It is a joke. A joke.
Oh, it's an absolute joke, pal. It is an absolute joke.
Yeah. And then the bats have been slumping too, And of course, this is typical of the Yankee bats.
Listen, this is typical early Yankee season. I'm not too worried now.
Yeah.
Like usually in April, because I always say this here, Reg. When you when you're slumping now, it's always it's only April,
Mm.
and then when you get to May, in most of May, it's only May. But once you get to like Memorial Day weekend, the it's insert month here is no longer a valid reason. If you don't have shit figured out by end of May, beginning of June, then we got some problems.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm in the it's only April mindset.
And that's okay for the hitters. But for the pitching, we need them to get off to a fast start. We have to
I agree.
go to a fast start.
But Ben Rice, he's been hitting the ball.
I love Ben Rice. Arroz, as we've been calling him.
Arroz.
I have no idea how this man speaks Spanish or anything. His Spanish is phenomenal, dude. It's crazy, but yeah, Ben Rice, he's terrific. He's terrific. Bellinger's terrific. Um, Judge and April's hitting this, so it's like you're either gonna get really good Aaron Judge or you're gonna get terrible.
I think we're somewhere in the middle right now.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's the Yankees. They're right now they're in second place in the East at 8-7. The Blue Jays are still on top of the Blue Jays. They had a tough stretch too. Yeah, up and down, this American League is pretty weak. I'm telling you that the American League stinks. They
It
are
does.
God. You have a first place team in New York. That's the Mets. They've actually they're actually 8-2 in their last 10 games. So they've looked terrific. Kodai Senga had a masterpiece of a start. I was about to say in Oakland, in Sacramento, and stuff. People are still worried about Juan Soto. I don't know why you're worried about Juan Soto. Okay, so he's getting off to a slow-ish start, Bill. Like if you really want to call it slow. But if I'm being real with you, 250, 4 RBI, okay, I'll take that. Like that, if that's slow to me, like Bill, 250. Like, come on now. It's 15 games. He's hitting 250. Like, if he was really off to a really, really bad start, it'd be like 190 or like 200, right? He's hitting 250. Like,
Yes.
that's bad. I don't know what else to tell you. So,
No, that is pretty bad, 250.
it's bad, but it's not like any cause of concern. I know last year the Yankees, he was hitting much higher than me, but I wouldn't be too concerned about it. But Mets staff's looking pretty good. Bullpen's looking pretty good. Hitting's looking pretty good. Everyone up and down the lineup. I'm not too worried about it. Yankees, on the Yankees side, we do have an injury update. Marcus Stroman has a inflamed knee. He'll be out for a while. MRI was good. But of course, he allowed a trillion runs on Friday, which was a horrible day to play baseball.
And you want to know something? I told you this on Friday. I was offered a ticket for that game, and I didn't go because the weather was going to be crap. And you know what? This is one of the few times I'm actually happy I turned tickets down.
Right.
It was cold, it was raining, it was miserable. This was one of the few times I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I told her this, and she's like, when I first told her, because she's not really a big sports person, but she knows I'm a huge Yankee fan. And I said, I actually turned down tickets. And she goes, who are you and what have you done with Bill? And when I told her the weather was garbage, she's like, yeah, I could see why.
Yeah.
She goes, you're going to be sitting out there getting sick. And I'm like, yeah, I would not want to sit out in a miserable cold game where it's pouring rain. And I was talking to my brother about this, and he's like, Bill, that's only fun when you're intoxicated because when you're drunk, you don't feel anything.
Exactly.
And you can't even get drunk at those games. It's too damn expensive.
Right.
It's too damn expensive to get drunk at those games. And folks, if you do drink at those games, please don't drink and drive.
Yeah, exactly.
Be responsible.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, be responsible. So anyway, yeah, so Yankees are sort of on and off. I'm not too worried right now.
Yeah. Yankees are hopefully we'll get an exciting May or June, and then that will change our minds again.
Yeah. And stay tuned for Bombers banter. We'll probably have it like the end of the month. So
Yeah, I'm thinking because I'm going away for my birthday. Um, I'm thinking sometime before that we'll do it.
yeah, I was thinking like the 27th
Yeah, something like that.
because that last weekend in April we're going to be busy with NFL draft stuff.
So, by the way, you can catch Bombers Banter whenever we decide to do it live on the SIN YouTube page. Of course, if you want to know when that goes live, you can hit that notification button, that bell.
hit that bell, people. Hit that bell.
Yeah. And of course, if you like this video right now, you can just
Hit the bell. Hit the bell.
like, come on now, hit the bell, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. We love you if you do that.
Hey, the show's not over yet here, Reg.
Exactly. It's not over yet, but I want to remind people, hey, look, we have a lot of content here, so why wait till the end of the show when we can just do it right now? But in any case,
Also, we got
go ahead.
some. I'm sorry. Did you have more to say about the Yankees or
No, I don't have any. No.
about baseball? Yeah. Anyway, we got some sad news from LSU football player Kyron
I
Lacy.
had more. I had more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on. Go on. Go on.
As I was about to say, you have more baseball news. Like,
Do you have more baseball news? I'm sorry. Go on.
yeah. No, a couple of things. Outside of New York, the Cubs pitcher Justin Steele. This is a big one. Because he already had Tommy John surgery. A while ago. This is like 2017. He had another elbow injury, the flexor tendon. You may have to have a full ligament replacement procedure or another Tommy John. That's going to sidelight him to at least 2026. Um, Tough one for the Cubs because the pitching rotation ain't that good. This is a big time pitcher for them. In 91 career starts, Steele has a 3.30 ERA, 32 and 22. So this is a big loss for the Cubs rotation. So just wanted to make that point there. Tough news for all Cubs fans and stuff. So yeah, that's all I needed to say about that. But go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. But now, first, that is Tommy John surgery. That is a bitch to recover from.
Exactly. Well, I mean, it's when you have it the second time. That's even bigger concerns. So,
Okay. But first, a quick look at the stand-ins. You said you wanted to look at the stand-ins.
yes.
Hey, you forget, I remember. That's why we make such a good team.
Exactly. Like I said, Blue Jays on top of the East at 9-7. Yankees right after that, 8-7. Boston, Tampa Bay, Baltimore. The Tigers are on top of the Central, 9-6. Cleveland Guardians are right after that. Kansas City, Minnesota, Chicago at the bottom of the division again, no surprise. And then of course the West. How about the West? The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Are in first place.
They're in first place. I still call them the Anaheim Angels, um, but for Mike Rifkin's sake. 9-6. Texas Rangers behind them at 9-7. Seattle Mariners at 8-8 are in the middle of the pack. The Houston Astros, they've been falling apart ever since they started blowing up the team. At 7-8, and the A's, just the A's, Bill, the A's, six
The
and ten.
A's.
What's the
They're not
National League?
even they don't even have a city. They don't have a
Yeah,
city in front of them. They're just the
it's
A's.
funny. I was watching SNY, or was it Channel 11? What were the Mets on yesterday? I think they were on Channel 11. And Gary Cohen's doing his intro, and he was like, "The New York Mets take on the Athletics."
You don't even have
It
a
was like a
city in front
long
of you right now.
pause,
That's
and
bad.
then later on, he still said Oakland later on, so it's gonna take some getting used to for sure.
The formerly Oakland, temporarily Sacramento, soon to be Las Vegas Athletics.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was so funny. You should have watched it. But yeah, it was pretty funny. Um, all right, what's it look like in the National League?
All right. May I?
Sure.
The NL East, the New York Mets are in first place, 10-5.
Yeah, doing very well.
The Philadelphia Phillies in second at 9-6. The Miami Marlins at third, 8-7. The Nationals 6-9, and the Braves at 4-11. In NL Central, the Chicago Cubs in first place at 11-7. The Cincinnati Reds 8-8. The Milwaukee Brewers 8-8. The St. Louis Cardinals 7-8, and Pittsburgh Pirates. Sorry, Jan Ruff, if you're watching, 5-11. NL West, San Diego Padres 13-3. Wow, the Padres are on fire.
Oh, tremendous.
Fernando Tatis Jr.
Mhm. I love him.
San Francisco Giants 11-4. Los Angeles Dodgers 11-6. Arizona Diamondbacks 9-7. Colorado Rockies 3-12. I think the NL West is going to be a division to fight with.
I'm telling you, man. Look, when the Yankees lost to the Giants this weekend, it wasn't shocking. The Giants are a good team. I just wish we had better pitching to match up with them. But yeah, no, that NL West, uh, the early showings so far for that division, um, pretty scary. It's pretty scary. That's going to be a tough one. I feel horrible for the Rockies because the Rockies, they're nowhere near what the Padres, the Giants, and the Dodgers are. Like not even close. And they have to be in that division all year. So it's going to be a tough year for them. But that NL West, man, is watch out, watch out. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's your updated standings. Before tonight's slate of games, we won't go through that, but that's the MLB through about 3 weeks in.
Wow. Can you believe it? Okay. Also, we got some sad news, unfortunately. LSU football player Kyron Lacey passed away.
Yeah, he was found dead on Saturday night in Houston. Um, they're calling it a suicide. It was apparent suicide. Is in his car while being pursued by authorities. Um, they were the Harris County authorities. They say they were police. They were responding to a call from a female family member who said Lacey had discharged a firearm into the ground during a verbal argument. When they arrived at the scene, they learned that the suspect had fled the vehicle. Authorities say that their pursuit ended when he crashed. Uh, Self-inflicted gunshot wound is what they're saying, though.
Terrible.
And I mean, when you see suicide like that, like and look, I have a personal story. This will I've been talking about it. I have been holding it for a long time. Um and I've shared with my therapist recently. I contemplated suicide once. Thankfully, Mama and Papa were there to save me. But I, and of course, like I don't want to. I'm not trying to offend people here. I'm not trying to say, "Oh, I know exactly," because you don't know the situation. Everyone's situation is different.
You don't.
But the idea that you want to take your own life, that's a real thing. Like, this is real life. It's tough out there for people.
You know what
I
I
can't imagine for that guy who, you know, he's in the public eye, you know, potential draft pick, name on the back of his jersey, doing a lot of things, a lot of good things on the football field. It's a lot for people.
Yeah, and Reg, I know that must have been hard to share.
Yeah.
Because I have a personal story. I lost a good friend to suicide. So I lost a good friend to suicide. So I, and it's terrible. And, you know, part of me had always thought, I wish I could have done something to help him. Maybe he would have still been alive, but. And I'm not going to get into all the details, but this friend of mine did have some struggles with things, and it's all I gotta say is you just gotta think of this. To those of you who are contemplating it, one, it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Suicide, I've always said, my mom said it too, suicide is it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And listen, I do understand in some cases that's more complicated. But, please, if you are out there and you're thinking about this, get some help.
Yeah.
Please get help. You know, go talk to someone, go see a therapist, get help.
And here, I'll share this message from his father, Kenny Lacy. This is a great message to the parents out there. Our lives have changed forever, and this will never be okay. But God needed my baby more than he was needed here. This has to be the biggest pill our family have had to swallow, but I know the love and compassion in our families will get us through. And urged it also in statement to check in on your child, check in on your sons, your daughters, everybody. I know when my parents call me, ever since I went away for college, and I bounced around from New York City to Detroit or to DC. Whenever I was out on my own, my parents never stopped checking in on me. They want to hear my voice, and they also want to have a conversation with me
No, my mom was the same way. Yeah.
because they want to know that I'm okay. They will not rest until they are satisfied, knowing that I am okay. Food for thought for the parents out there too. Not criticizing any parent. Look, it's mental health is hard. It's hard on the family. It's hard for everybody.
Oh, it is hard.
You know,
You know
but
why? I think it's a hard health. I think mental health is hard because you can't see it, if that makes sense.
yeah,
You can't see it, if that makes sense. So, it's tough. All we gotta say is, if you're struggling out there, go get help. You know, call the hotline.
yeah. Therapy's amazing, man.
It is.
And look, it may not be for everybody, but try it. You never know.
Yeah. And when it comes like to the medication stuff, I would only say I only think medication, I know some people need it more than others, but I think it should only really be used as a last resort.
Yeah.
because, there could be a situation where maybe just therapy doesn't help and maybe they need anxiety meds or antidepressants or, again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know situations like that. I think every situation and every person is different. So yeah, if you need help, please go seek help.
Exactly. Um,
Okay, another thing here, and we forgot to mention this during baseball, I totally forgot.
mhm.
Aaron Judge will be the captain of Team USA for the World Baseball Classic next
Oh,
year.
yes. I literally just got that notification too. How did I miss that? Um, but
Our captain.
good for Judgy. Good for Judgy.
Good for Judge.
Terrific. Oh, and Kenny Albert will succeed um Sam Rosen on the TV side for the Rangers.
Well, we wish Kenny Albert the best.
So I'm sure he'll still be doing TNT hockey and stuff. But
Yeah. All
just
right, but I'm sorry, go on.
just no for folks out there.
Okay, before we get to the sports movie thing, that there's something I wanna because this has been popping up and something I wanna get your thoughts on because this is okay. Listen, for those of you who know us, we don't usually talk politics here. This is unless it involves sports. But since this involves sports, I think this is something we could give our thoughts on. Stephen A. Smith is considering running for president in 2028. Reggie, that's my exact same reaction.
Um, I believe his words were, "I'm not qualified to be president, but the public is calling on me to think about running."
You
And I
know what? At least he admits he's not qualified. I'll give him credit for
and I
that.
have to answer my call if the public wants me to be president. Like, dude, just run for president. Like, if you know you want to do it, just do it.
Okay. Can we just, you know what? Can we please stop telling our kids that they'll be president one day? Can we stop that, please?
Oh God. And look, maybe Stephen A. Smith isn't qualified. Like, I don't know. But you know you want to run for president. Stop with this BS. Oh, I don't want to run for president. It's not no, you do want to run for president. People keep asking you, you keep sidestepping it. And this is the first time where you even admitted, you know what? Maybe I should run. No, just run for president, my man. Our country's in a crisis. We have a terrible
Did Stephen
president.
A. Smith have his first endorsement from Danny Boy Reg? Does he have his endorsement?
I mean, it depends. Is he good? He's a populist. Is he a Bernie Sanders? Not full on Bernie Sanders populist. He doesn't have to be. But is he? Because you can tell he's probably more center, right?
From what I've seen and from what I've read about him, I haven't listened to his podcast. I know
He
but
seems center.
I know he has interviewed a lot of political figures.
Yeah,
I know he's a registered independent.
yeah.
He's I know he's interviewed Josh Shapiro and Hakeem Jeffries. He's been on Bill Maher a few times. He's been on he's been on Sean Hannity. And I think they're actually friends,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
Hmm.
And yeah, Sean Hannity and Stephen A. Smith are friends, which is interesting. And I'm with Reg. I think generally he's more centrist
Yeah. If
because
if
I
he
think he
run,
said
if
he's
he
more liberal on like social issues, but
right.
on like,
Um.
he's criticized Trump on DEI.
Yeah, and he's probably like a fiscally conservative.
Here's a quote right here. He says, I'm a proud capitalist. I believe in making money and ain't no damn way I'm giving that up.
Yeah. Well, I
So,
mean, of course he believes that. Like he's making millions of dollars be on ESPN.
and
Uh,
he's
uh
been, and I know he's been critical of Trump when it comes to what's been going on in Gaza lately.
yeah.
But I in general, do I think he's going to be? Do I think he's going to? I don't know if he has that much of a broad appeal.
Yeah,
And I like Stephen A. Smith,
it all depends. I don't know.
but
I don't
I
know.
don't know if he has that type of appeal to be president, to run. Like if he
Yeah,
runs, he'll
yeah,
probably.
right. I'm with you on that. I don't think he's not a politician. So, and look, Donald Trump wasn't either. But like, he's not a politician. But like that, just because you're not a politician doesn't mean you can't run for president. But at the same time, are you going to be a good president? Are you going to you're in charge of you're the head of state and the head of government. Like, you're the boss. Like
You know what? I would like to
it's big
see him on a
responsibility.
debate. I would like to see him on a debate stage.
If he could, maybe him with a Republican and a Democrat.
You know,
You know,
I don't know if he's going to run as an independent or if he would run as a Democrat,
I don't know.
because I would want to see him on a debate stage in a primary. Because you know what?
Yeah,
I think he actually might be a good debater.
yeah.
I actually think he might be a good debater.
Well, he does it for a living. Um,
So I actually think
I could,
if he gets like people behind the scenes,
yeah,
if he gets people behind the scenes to coach him and maybe teach him how to, okay, we need to talk about this is how you talk about this issue. This is how you talk about that issue, bro. If you talk, I think he might be in good shape. But to be honest, right now, I don't know if he has the appeal to be president. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be
because
really tough for him
I
for
think
someone
he's
like him.
been kind of
Yeah, I'm with you.
showing his brand more. You know, he has his podcast in which he doesn't just talk sports. He has had other people on
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
He
yeah.
has made
He talks
appearances
about,
on Fox News.
yeah,
He's made appearances on
yeah.
Bill Maher.
He's also an entertainment guy. He talks about a lot about entertainment too. So
Yeah, I think he's trying to appeal to both sides by appealing to Sean Hannity. He's going on Sean Hannity. He's going on Bill
he's
Maher.
having a dialogue because and this is exactly what many places are doing. This is what the Young Turks are doing. This is many other places. But they're talking because they want to get to know everybody on all spectrums of this political uh society.
But you know what? I will give him this. I will give him that at least he's saying, hey, I'm unqualified.
Yeah. But watch it be like a Wes Moore, who I like by the way. Or I don't know who would be a good one. I could see JD Vance running. I could see Marco Rubio taking a shot at it. Um, it's gonna be tough.
And we are not launching an endorsement of any candidate, even if Stephen A runs. We are
I
not
don't.
launching an endorsement.
Here's the deal. Again, not huge. I'm not a huge politics guy. I have to watch it because it affects my life, but I'm not huge on the political scene.
Like I said, we
I'm
are
not
not a
going to show up
political
to.
podcast.
Yeah, I'm not going to show up to a rally, unless
Like,
unless it directly affects me. But like, look, I'm fed up with the party system, period, in this country. Like, it is bad. It is terrible. Probably at the very worst. These two major parties don't care about us. They never will care about us. And the fact of the matter is, no one wants to listen. So I'll leave it at that.
but like here, like again, we're not a political podcast. I know we probably have listeners and viewers who are on the right. We have listeners and viewers who are on the left. We have listeners and viewers who are in the center.
Yeah.
Are We only talk politics that involve sports.
But we don't really talk about it that much. That's the thing.
Well, we talked about the kneeling stuff and all that. We
Yeah,
talked
but
about vaccine stuff, and
yeah.
we, but I thought we'd talk about this because Stephen A. Smith is a sports figure, and I just wanted to see what we thought here. But this
Yeah,
is,
it's interesting. Just run for president, dude. You know you want to, just do it.
President Stephen A.
That's all I'll say.
President Stephen A. Reggie.
That's going to be funny as hell.
No,
Back
but no,
back
I
to
could
back
see him being
back
very
to
good
back
on the debate
back
stage.
to back entertainers as president of the United States. Can you believe that? That would be fucking hilarious. That would really show if Stephen A were to win. That would really show.
I actually, when you were
Well,
showing the
okay.
X or Twitter, yeah, we're calling it Twitter. Screw you, Elon.
Twitter, no, yeah, seriously, no, Twitter.
But when it said ABC and Disney would back Stephen A if he ran,
That's funny.
like, well, ESPN is owned by Disney, so that really doesn't shock me.
Yeah, it's Disney as a company. Yeah,
But I'll say this: if he runs, would he do good? I don't know, but I'm getting my popcorn ready, dude. I'm getting my
it'll be
popcorn ready. This
hilarious.
this could be entertaining.
It'll be hilarious for sure.
I want to see him on the debate stage. I think he would rip all of them a new one. But yeah, so President Stephen A, that actually could be a possibility.
Oh my God.
You know, one of my favorite Stephen A moments is when he guest hosted for Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm.
And this was like when we were coming out of the pandemic and when they were talking about the ivermectin stuff, the horse thing that people were taking. And he said, "This is an official announcement from the FDA." It said, "You are not a horse. You are not a cow. So seriously, y'all, stop it."
That's funny.
His voice, I could just,
And
I heard that.
people still take ivermectin to treat whatever illness, which is like, why? Like, why?
You are not a horse. You are not a cow. So seriously, y'all, stop it.
And of course, we don't want to spread misinformation. Obviously, ivermectin, anyone can take ivermectin. You know, it's an anti-parasitic medicine, so anyone can take it. But it's not the science community, the doctors, pharmacists. They all say it's not anything to treat your illness. So stop taking it. You know.
Do we need to hear? Do you need to have Stephen A. and his voice tell you not to take it? Because I think that might get people to stop taking it. Okay. All right. But anyway, moving on. Okay, so LAD Sports Bible released a list of their top 10 sports movies. And this was a list, shout out to our good friend Mark Goldopsky Halpern. And they sent me the list of the top 10 sports movies. And I'll share it with y'all in a sec, but I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. This list is terrible.
Yeah, I knew. See, when you first brought it up to my attention, I knew that was going to be your reaction. Like this is just awful. And
Have you read the list?
Bill is the ultimate film guy here, so it's like I knew that was literally going to be his reaction. But yeah.
This list is terrible.
All right, let's see the list.
Okay, number 10, Rush. Never heard of it. Number 9, Warrior. Okay, to be fair, I've never seen it. Number 8, Creed. Good, but I wouldn't put it in the top 10. I like Creed, but I wouldn't put it in the top 10. $7 Million Baby. It is a boxing movie and it's very good, but I don't know if I would exactly consider it a sports film. Number 6, Raging Bull. I'm actually embarrassed to say this. I've never seen it. Number 5, The Color of Money. I don't know. Was that the one with Was that the? I think that may have been the one with Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey. Number 4, Foxcatcher. Never heard of it.
The Color of Money. That's Paul Newman, Tom Cruise.
Okay, I'm getting it mixed up with One for the Money. That was the one with McConaughey and Pacino.
Yeah, that was a Scorsese film. The Color of Money.
The Wrestler,
Okay.
which I've never seen. Number 2, Coach Carter. Good. I like Coach Carter. And number 1, Rocky, which I think belongs in the top 10. All right, Reg, I'm going to let you go first. What do you think of this list?
It seems like this seems like satire. This is not a serious top 10 list. Now that I see it for real.
Now, apparently I'm reading this right now. This is from GQ.
Oh, they're definitely not serious about this. Who at GQ actually watches sports films? Where's Miracle?
Where's Field of Dreams? Where's Rudy?
Um, where's Sandlot? Doesn't have to be in the
Like,
top 10, but remember the Titans. I like that Coach Carter's there. I like that Rocky's there. That
I
makes
think
sense.
the only ones that really belong on that list are Rocky and Coach Carter. Again, I have
Sure.
not seen Raging Bull.
42. I think
Well,
40,
yeah, where's 42?
42.
I'm starting to agree with you, Reg. I don't think this is a real list.
I think it's a joke. That's what it is. You so I could name a bunch of movies that are better than this.
Like I said, Rush, Warrior, Raging Bull, Foxcatcher, and Wrestler I have not seen, so I can't
I
make a
see.
fair assessment.
It's good that Creed's there.
No, I like Creed. I did like Creed.
Creed's there. Yeah, Creed. I'll take that.
Million Dollar Baby, again, it is about boxing, but I don't know if I would really consider it a sports movie.
But it is. It is one.
Have
Yes.
you seen it?
Bits and pieces of it, yeah.
Oh, have you seen the ending?
Huh?
Have you seen the ending?
No.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I'll just say this, it's rough to watch.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Um.
yeah, because Mark Halpern sent this to me yesterday,
Yeah.
and he's like, and I'm like reading this, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is bad. This
Like,
is
where's
a
the
bad movie.
natural? Where's Field of Dreams? Where's
Exactly.
Remember the Titans? Where's Rudy?
Yeah.
Where's Sandlot?
Yeah. This is.
I think the only ones, again, of the ones I've seen, I think Rocky and Coach Carter are the ones that belong on this list. But
I mean, a League of Their Own. Like not even a League of Their Own.
not even a League of Their Own is on this list. So I don't know what these people were thinking.
I don't
Jerry
know.
Maguire, maybe?
Maybe. Hey, I know that this movie isn't serious too, but even like Mike is better than half of these films.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to agree with you, Reg. I
Glory
think this
Road. Glory Road.
good movie.
Great movie.
Like this movie is just this list is sort of meh. I don't agree with half of this. Yeah, maybe you're right, Reg. I think this might be satire.
Yeah, no, I'm not taking this list serious. The fact that because I'm sure like those Rocky films, I'm sure those Rocky films, but they have to crack the top 25, all of them. So it's like, you know, what do you folks think?
Yeah, what do you think should be in the top 10 list?
Comment down below.
I think Field of Dreams should definitely been on this list.
Yeah.
I think
Well, 42 should be at the top of that list. That is a great film. Um,
Rudy should definitely been on this list.
Any of those like I'm trying to think. It's another good one. Major League. I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm just taking all talk off my ass right now, to be honest with you. Hmm. It's a joke of a list. It's a joke of a list. I'm not taking
Oh, yeah. Oh, before we go, we got some breaking news.
Oh, go for it.
The Phoenix Suns have fired their head coach, Mike Bundelheiser. Bundle, how do you say his name?
Uh,
Budenholzer,
Budenholzer, yeah.
after an 11th place finish in the 36-46 record.
This was expected. The Phoenix Suns, they're bad.
No, they are.
They're bad. Um, and it showed throughout the season. You know, the players didn't care. There's no inspiration. It's time to make a change. It was time to make a change. Budenholzer out. They finished 11th. They had a 36 and 40. Look, the Western Conference is tough. 36 wins is, it's good, but the Suns have not been good. Let's be real. They were not
Agreed.
good under him, and it's time for a change. With the talent that they have on that team, they should be better than 36 wins. Like, so I'm 100% agree with this move. And, quite frankly, I think it's time that they start to retool that franchise too. They need a nice little shakeup.
I think so too.
So not shocking at all. Mike Budenholzer fired, one season. uh
One season.
Horrible.
All right, so that is our show for today, folks.
Mhm.
God, we squeezed in a lot today.
We did squeeze in a lot.
So if you want to know, if you want more, go to www.esportsinsanitynetwork.com. Check out all our blogs. Check out our blogs, our origins. Check out our podcast, available on all platforms. Check us out here on YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Yep. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for always joining us. And like Bill said, follow us anywhere, socials and via the website. We have a lot of stuff. So
Who knows? Yeah, and stay safe.